What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Flight Simulator at DSims Corner on Facebook and YouTube. And today we're going to be flying private, man. We're going to be flying a private jet. We're going to be taking some executives down to Orange County out of Salt Lake City, and we're going to be flying the CJ4. Been enjoying flying this plane that I haven't flown in about 4 months, the last couple weeks, and there's a few videos that I'm going to be putting up with the flight, with a few of those flights that I've done. This one's going to take us about an hour and a half, and we're going to be going up to 38,000 feet. And of course, you know, I'm only going to show only the good stuff. You know, I try to make these videos long enough where they're, I mean, I think entertaining, and you know, try not to get too much of the cruising, you know, the quiet, moments of just flying cruise and, you know, just seeing clouds. You know, I mean, you can't see much from 38,000 feet except for clouds and things of that nature. So yeah, just been working on trying to find a format, you know, that, you know, it's entertaining and people enjoy watching, whoever watches, of course. But anyways, let's jump into the flight deck. I'll get things set up, and we'll get up in the air. This plane is pretty easy to start up and get ready, so it's not as intricate as an airliner. The systems are pretty compact, and you know, it's basically all enveloped in the computer system. So it's very user friendly, I should say, when you're starting it up and getting ready to get out of there. So yeah, let's jump into the flight deck, and hopefully we'll be up in the air in the next few minutes. All right, man, welcome on board. We're going to be flying D-Air 525, man. So first things first, we're going to get pilot to ATC ready to go. And we're also going to turn our batteries on. We'll get our... shut that warning off. We'll get our external power going here just for a little bit as we prepare the computer here. We'll let the plane know where it's sitting. And that's initialized. And then we're going to load up our flight plan from SimBrief. I love this feature here where you're able to just import it in from SimBrief. It's, you know, the fly-by-wire does the same thing, and it's just awesome. All right, so let's listen to the ATIS.
Salt Lake City International Information Whiskey, 1754 Zulu winds are calm. Visibility 10 miles. Skies broken. Temperature 1. Dew point -7. Current altimeter is 3061. Arriving and departing runway 34 left, 34 right. Salt Lake City International Information Whiskey, 1754 Zulu winds are calm. Visibility 10 miles.
All right, so
skies broken.
So it seems like no winds. 1 degree Celsius, and our altimeter is 30.61, and we're going to add that to our pilot to ATC as well. Okay, so that's all set, and then our approach we'll set up once we're in the air. All right, so now that we have the battery on, let's set our strobe light on for now. We'll get our emergency light turned on.
May I have your attention,
we'll set
please?
These as well.
At this time,
we're going to take off soon anyway.
with the
And I don't know why my static heat is on right now, but I guess I had to switch up. All right, I think we are ready for engine start. Let's ask for IFR clearance, and then we could get going, man. That's pretty much it. Once we turn our avionics on, then I'll set the altitude that the tower or clearance gives us, and also set the vertical speed for once we take off, and then we should be good to go. So let's do that right now. D-Air 525 ready to copy IFR clearance.
Deer 525 is cleared to Kilo Sierra November Alpha. Climb via the Arch 1 departure, with the wind in transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 34 right. Climb to flight level 270 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 120.9er. Squawk 3323.
Deer 525 is cleared to Kilo Sierra November Alpha. Climb via the Arches 1 departure, with the wind in transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 270 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 120.9er. Squawk 3323.
Deer 525 read back correct. Altimeter 3061 contact ground on 121.9er when ready for pushback. Enjoy your morning.
Altimeter 3061 ground on 121.9er Deer 525.
All right. Thank you, First Officer. Robotic First Officer. So I'm going to take a look at my plant, well, first things first. Let's get our gauges over so where I can see it on my other monitor here. And now we're going to take a look at make sure our flight plan makes sense here. Let's get this out the way so we can see. And then we're going to go next step, next waypoint. Okay, we have an issue here. J Ward, so we have to get rid of J Ward. So this is the reason why we look at these flight plans. It's for that same reason. So J Ward has to go. So we're going to hit clear, delete. We're going to delete, and there you go. Perfect. Now our flight plan looks good. So let's take a look and see. Do I ask for pushback, or should I just do a little loop-de-loop? And I think we could just do a little loop-de-loop. Yeah, we got plenty of space. There's no plane next to us. Nice cool little delta there. It's like a CRJ. All right. So we're going to bypass asking for a pushback. Sorry, dude. You're still getting paid. And we're going to just do a little loop-de-loop. I like saying loop-de-loop. A little loop-de-loop around, and we don't have to taxi far. We're literally right next to the runway. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of planned it that way. All right, let's see. Engine 1 is stable. Let's turn on engine 2. Close our little protector, flappy things. Let's bring our flaps to takeoff mode. Let's set our squawk. That's the one thing I didn't set. What's our squawk at? Squawk 3323. 3323. We'll set it on standby for now until we get to the runway. And we'll turn it on. Oh, let's turn our climate control. Seatbelts on.
May I have your attention, please? The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please
Yeah, everybody get in your seats. Let's go. We gotta get out of here.
Thank you.
I just realized that on my honeycomb I had the my throttles connected there. All right, man. We're gonna be ready to start moving here.
May I have your attention, please? We will be taking off shortly.
Let everybody know
Please
that
turn
we're
off
about
all
to be out.
portable electronic devices, stow tables, secure luggage, and loose articles. Ensure your seat is in the upright and outboard position. Extend your headrest and fasten your lap belt.
We're gonna ask for taxi clearance, and then we're gonna start the process here. Deer 525 ready to taxi.
Deer 525 taxi to runway 34 right via Taxiways Hotel, Hotel 1. Hold short runway 34 right.
taxi to runway 34 right via taxiways Hotel, Hotel 1, hold short, runway 34 right, D-Air 525. Alright, so we got the go ahead. We're going to go ahead. So now we're just going to make a quick little loop-de-loop here. First things first, let's turn our taxi light on. Martian guy. Now the one thing I learned when I started flight simming was that you know, you don't do the ground steering with the yoke. You actually use either the rudder pedals, or of course like the airliners in some planes, they have tillers, which are a separate kind of like steering wheel type apparatus that let's make sure we're clear, that helps you steer the plane while you're on the ground. So that was one of the major things I did learn. When I started doing the whole flight sims thing. To the second set of lines here. Alright, should be at the runway shortly. Let's check our engines, make sure we're good. Engines are good.
DR 525 contact tower on 118.3. Have a good morning.
Thank you.
Tower on 118.3 DR 525.
Although we're in the afternoon, I don't have my times correct here. Alright. Let's get our static heat on. Static heat is on. We're going to switch over to landing lights. TARA. Everything looks good. Let's light this up a little bit. Set our squawk to active. All right. Make sure the traffic is on. And I think we're good to go, man. We're ready to go. We're ready to take off. Flaps are ready. And you know what? We already know that our rudder works. But definitely didn't do a flight controls check. And it's the beauty of going by checklists. That I wouldn't have missed that if I was doing a checklist. So, with that being said, I think we're ready for takeoff. So let's reach out to tower. Salt Lake Tower, D-Air 525, ready for departure 34 right.
525 winds are cleared for takeoff. Runway 34 right.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 34 right, D-Air 525.
Right. The one thing about the CJ4 is that there's no other auto throttle, so on takeoff you really have to take, once you take off, you have to go back and go into cruise and keep an eye on the speed. You don't want to overspeed, especially under 10,000 feet. So you have to really keep an eye on the throttle, unlike with the Airbus and the Boeing where you don't have to because computers are controlling all that. But then once again, at this point, the one thing the CJ4 does have that the Airbus, or the fly-by-wire Airbus, I should say, in the game, not in real life, doesn't have is the VNAV, which I absolutely love. Because the computer does the thinking for you as far as descent and and all the math you got to do, as far as making sure that you're descending at the right angle. So, all right, man. So we're on the runway, and I think we're just gonna do a rolling takeoff. So let's do it. Oh! Before we do that, the one thing I did forget to do, and good thing I caught it. That's no bueno. Send over my V-speeds. We're going to rotate. There you go. All right, good thing I caught that. You see? Again, doing checklists. Very important. All right, now we are ready to take off. So let's do it. We're going to rotating at 100 knots. And that'll come very quickly. So let's do it. Are stable. Let's go. Rotate. Gear up.
Contact Salt Lake City departure on 120.9er. Have a good one.
Departure on 120.9er, D-Air 525. Departure D-Air 525 climbing to flight level 270.
Flap 0.
Deer 525, good morning. Radar contact. Deer 525, turn left heading 235, then intercept course to scan, then is filed.
Heading 235 to scan, then is filed, Deer 525.
why the plane wanted to do that, but
Deer 525, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270 Deer 525.
cool. I think we're in business now. A little situation there where almost stalled. The plane wanted to pitch straight up. But I think we should be good there. That was my fault. Little view from the outside there. Look at that. Beautiful. Pull back our throttle. Because the plane already wants to overspeed. This thing is fast. Alright, we're making our way up to 27,000 feet. We'll be setting our barometer to standard, and then it'll be just cruise, smooth sailing the rest of the way. Once we make this turn, it'll be straight shot down. Look at that, beautiful, man. I'm telling you, the graphics in this game and the textures and the scenery. I mean, it's all a work in progress, but right now, and I keep saying this in every video, it's just spectacular. I think that's where Microsoft Flight Simulator is unmatched with the rest of the sims like X-Plane, P3D, which of course they're all older sims, but you just can't match the graphics and just the scenery. Make this turn. This is our turn here. We're going to do our straight shot. Down to Orange County, Santa Ana. John Wayne International. Now this is an actual flight. I found this route on FlightAware. So CJ4 actually flies this route, or flew this route yesterday. Well, actually Friday. Today's Sunday. I'm recording this. So that's what I like to do. I like to go look at the type of plane I'm flying on FlightAware and see what routes it flies or where it's going, and it makes for a pretty cool experience. And it brings a little bit of realism. We're gonna increase our V-speed a little bit there.
Center Air 525 climbing to flight level 270.
DR 525, good morning. Radar contact.
That's it, man. We are well on our way. So we got about an hour and 36 minutes flight time, about an hour to our top of descent, and that's a total miles of about 531 miles. So not a bad trip, not a bad trip at all. And as you can see, we are about to hit flight level 200. So the other day I was on NeoFly and I was doing a few missions and I recorded it and realized that in my OBS, which I use.
525 contact Salt Lake City Center on 119.95 today.
Center on 119.95 DR 525. Center DR 525 climbing to flight level 270.
Deer 525, good morning. Radar contact.
So anyways, yeah, so I realized that my recording settings weren't correct, and I recorded the video with no audio. So I had to pretty much scrap the videos. Could have done like a talked over it, but there was no audio for the sim itself, so it was just silent. It would have been like a silent film with me just yapping, so I decided to scrap them. But I intend to go back into NeoFly and do a few more missions. I enjoy that app, that career, and trying to build up money to... I at least want to get a TBM, because the Cessna Skyhawk, trust me, I love flying it, but it's good. It's more for scenic flying. When you're doing like these cargo jobs, you can't do the long jobs because the plane is so slow, and it can only carry very little cargo, you know, and passengers. At least with the TBM, you can carry more cargo, or even with the Caravan. If I had like a 208 Caravan, I'd be able to carry more cargo, go further, faster plane, and things of that nature. So I'm trying to build up so I could get at least able to get like a TBM or a Cessna 208. So that's what I'm working on, and I'm trying to get back down to Teterboro and fly south because I've been spending too much time up in the Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine area. So I'm trying to make my way back down, you know, grabbing jobs here and there and making my way back down. If I was to fly straight to Teterboro, they would charge me and I would lose a lot of money from what I've already made. So yeah, NeoFly is such a great app, and it's free. I mean, you know, to get the extra features like the special like rescue missions and stuff like that, which I haven't done yet. I did buy it just to support the developers, but you know, that's just a few bucks extra. And what's a few bucks if you're helping to continue the development of a great app? You know, I support. You know, you have to support it. You know, it's kind of like with the fly-by-wire, right? Like I'm waiting to see, or I'm trying to find out if I could donate some money, because you got developers that are just taking their time to make such a great plane that, in other words, you know, if it was a payware, it'd easily be a $60, $70 payware plane. It's at that caliber now, you know. So why not support, right? Why not support the developers that make the game even better, especially when they're doing it on their own time and they're doing it for free. You know, a few bucks here, a few bucks there, everybody contributed. You know, it would make up for the time. And these guys, like I said, these guys ain't trying to get rich off of anything. They're just doing it for the love, and just, you know, for the love of the community, and just, you know, to advance the sim. So it's a beautiful thing.
Deer 525, climb and maintain flight level 380.
All right.
Climb and maintain flight level 380, Deer 525.
We got the clearance to reach our cruising altitude. And that's what we're going to do. But yeah, man, I've been ever since the beta update with the 7 actually Sim Update 7, everything's been going great now, and I figured out what my problem was with the crash desks, and it had to do more with the IQ on my computer that controls the LEDs and the peripherals that I have in the computer, like the
Deer 525, contact Salt Lake City Center on 128.55. Have a good morning.
Center on 128.55, Deer 525. Center Deer 525, climbing to flight level 380.
Deer 525, good morning.
Good morning.
Radar contact.
So it had to do with the software that controls the water cooler system in my computer and the fans. It was causing a lot of crash to desktops with the sim for some reason. IQ doesn't play well with a lot of things, so pretty much once you set your lights, you kind of disable the IQ service, and that actually solved a lot of my problems with crashes and not being able to complete flights, because I'd be in the middle of a flight and you hear like a USB disconnect and it would just crash. So if you have IQ on your computer and you're having a lot of crash you know, whether it's with I wasn't getting it with American Truck Sim, but with the Flight Simulator for some reason it was causing crashes. So if you're having that and you have IQ on your system and it's running, I would take a look at that first before anything else. Another important thing is with the USB, Windows 10 has the ability to power down any USBs that are not working, or not working, not saying not working, but not being used. I would disable that as well. that causes interruptions. Once it shuts down a port and then it comes active, it interrupts the sim, because then the sim thinks it's trying to detect a controller, and it just stops, it freezes. So I don't know if that's something the Sobo has to correct as well as on their end, but for the most part, if you can avoid it, do things to avoid it on the hardware side. So, other than that, man, it's been great. So we ran into a situation here where the plane decided to start going off course. And now I think it's found its way. That was weird. I don't know what happened there. But I think we're back on course here.
Gear 525, resume navigation.
You got it, buddy.
Navigation Gear 525.
I think we're in business. Don't know what happened there, but we're back in business, I think. Sorry about that, passengers. We just got a little off course there for a second. All right. Hopefully we won't have any more of that.
Gear 525, contact Salt Lake City Center on 127.902. Enjoy your afternoon.
Center on 127.902 DR 525. Center DR 525 at flight level 380.
DR 525, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Alright, man, we're about 8 minutes out from the top of the descent. We're going to be making our way into our descent into the Orange County area. So, yeah, man, that was a pretty good flight, man. Other than that little hiccup with the flight plan, I don't know what happened there. slow down a little bit here.
DR525 contact civil approach on 121.3. Have a good morning.
Approach on 121.3 DR525. Approach DR525 descending to 100 feet.
DEVAIR525 good morning. Radar contact. Continue descent via the DSNEV5 arrival.
Once we make this turn here, we'll arm our approach. Once we get to gear down. Alright, things are looking good. We're getting above the approach, so let's arm the approach now.
DEVAIR 525 altimeter 3025 at John Wayne, Orange County. Contact tower on 119.9er. Enjoy your afternoon.
Altimeter 3025 tower on 119.9er D Air 525. Tower D Air 525 inbound for RNAV approach runway 20 right.
Deer 525, good afternoon. Radar contact. Continue RNAV to runway 20 right, call when established on final.
Continue RNAV to runway 20 right, will call when established on final D Air 525.
Deer 525, this is John Wayne Tower on 119.9er, please repeat your request.
Autopilot.
It's shutting off the autopilot now. We're going to do this ourselves. Man, it's bumpy flight, man. Woo! It is bumpy.
Altitude.
Deer 525, winds are called clear to land runway 20 right.
Calm and
Clear
clear.
to land
Don't feel
runway
that way.
20 right D Air 525.
Alright, man, this is like my first all like completely manual landing.
Deer
Altitude.
525, exit runway
Altitude.
enabled.
Alright. So we landed in one piece. And I was able to land it manually this time because our nav started acting crazy for some reason. But we did it, man. We landed. Still bumpy. That one hop that I still have to figure out how to. It's hard to control and it's because I was coming in too slow, so it's kind of hard to like keep control to manage like keeping my visuals on the runway and then just keeping my eye on the throttle. So it's just like playing a lot with the throttle, man. That's the only thing that's kind of difficult with the CJ4 is that there's no auto throttle function, so you have to keep track of both things. But other than that, man, we made it. So listen, I'm happy with that, man. The plane's in one piece. And we were able to land, and it wasn't too bad. So anyways, man, I appreciate you watching the video. hit like if you dig the video, and you know what I'm saying, it's a work in progress. I'm learning how to do all this, and just just record my journey in the flight sim world. So anyways, man, we'll do a quick little replay of the landing from different views, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Altitude. Altitude.